I'm starting with opening a new picture. I decided to go with Marilyn Monroe, and since it's already black and white color, I didn't do anything with it. I just grab and drop the vintage paper, and using shift, I'm just making sure that it fit throughout all the picture. So yeah, and I just use enter. Here I'm gonna use multiply tool to blend two pictures together, and I kind of messed up the layer, so I just move it so you can see that one picture went under the other. So here I dropped the Marilyn Monroe writing. I did it by myself. So next thing I'm using is I click Control L, so it gives me levels. So I make it more like black color to pop out, so it's kind of like easy for me to see while I'm using lasso tool. I used lasso tool, and I just speeded up the process a little bit, so because it took me forever to do this lasso tool, since it's like really long word. And then I used the bucket tool. Here I choosing the right color, like I did, since I like the minty color, I decided to go with that, so I'm just filling everything out. Yeah, and then I'm just trying to I created new layer, and then I'm trying to just show the Marilyn Monroe part on the other pictures, not the whole layer. So here I just hide it, and I see for some reason the color disappeared, so I just use bucket tool one more time. I was fine with that. Next thing I use this move tool, because I want to move this writing down, like lower left lower side. Yeah, and I decided to change the color because it's pretty light and it's hard to see what it's in there, so I used the more dark color and I just filled everything in. I used the zoom tool so I can see it, and yes, and then I used control I use I double click the layers, and I see this drop shadow, and I just change some things with shadow, and I like it, and then I use the fill tool. Yeah, I think I like everything. So and then you use Control T to just change this writing to make it more angular. So next thing I wanted to do is to create a border. So I open new layer, and then I use the gradient tool, and I like the color, so it kind of matches with the writing. I decided it's good, so I used this diamond shape, and then I created radiant color that I really liked. And then I use multiply tool again, so to blend everything together. And then I use this rectangle tool to cut the border. I use this layer to cut to create kind of two layers, and then make one invisible and one is visible, and I use the fill. Next thing, I change the shadow again, and yeah, and that's it. I really like the outcome, and I think it looks good. I hope you like it too, and I just save it at the end.